the sector has been asking the government to step in, to intervene and come out with an action plan that can rescue the telecom companies that are slipping into the red, led by Reliance Communications. That's after the business models, their pricing, tariffs, margins have been disrupted by the entry of Jio. They're all in the midst of a massive tariff war, which has not augured well for the balance sheets at all. You also have almost $7.5 billion of debt when it comes to the telecom sector. So we have seen already the setup of an interministerial group led by the cabinet secretary himself to try and resolve, come out with a policy intervention to rescue the sector, to prevent it from going into the red. We have seen one meeting take place of this IMG. The time frame that has been provided to this interministerial group that has representatives from the Telecom Ministry as well as the Finance Ministry is 3 months' time. But Aisha, what I do understand from my sources is that this government is in no mood to wait for 3 months. I understand an interim report is going to be submitted by the IMG, and perhaps you're going to see the policy intervention by the NDA government as well as the telecom regulator being announced before the end of this month. So once, you know, the interministerial group sits maybe a maximum of 3 times, you can expect an interim report to come out as far as rescuing the telecom sector goes.
So what's the thinking, Nayantara, on promotional offers? Because that seems to be a key bone of contention.
That is the big bone of contention, and that is perhaps the big reason why you're seeing the sector in a mess. You've had the major disruption of Jio that has come out and, you know, first offered freebies. Later on for the summer plan, when the telecom regulator had also said that it's not allowed anymore, you had seen Jio just, you know, hike prices by what, about 9 rupees. And that is the tariff plan at the moment. So what I understand is that the government, that's the Department of Telecommunications, as well as the regulator, the autonomous body, is going to come out with an absolute clarity on freebies, on promotional offers, and how long can you have freebies and promotional offers for. Right now, there is a rule that you can have freebies for up to 90 days, but you're going to have clarity on that front, on how long it can exist for. Secondly, can consumers automatically be migrated to these promos? The reason I'm saying that is, in the case of Jio, the incumbents have accused and have alleged that Jio announced a freebie. Customers signed up for it, and after that they were migrated when those freebies were extended. So A, can those freebies be extended? Secondly, can the consumers automatically be migrated to continue getting those promotional offers, continue to get freebies? I do understand from my sources that is going to be capped. There will be absolute clarity on the policy front by both the TOT as well as the TRI. The consumers will not be allowed to be migrated. They will have to reach out to the telco in case there is a promotional offer that is being extended. There is a new promotional offer, and they're going to have to tell the telecom company that sign me up for this. So there will be no automatic migration, and that should help perhaps bring in some sanity when we talk about the tariff wars that are there, which is perhaps that is exactly what the incumbents also want.
Right. So Nayantara, net, they would be given a fair amount of time to represent their case. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, of course, they're going to be given time for that, you know. So what I do understand is, like I already told you, the interministerial group has met once. You can expect the policy action by the end of June. You know, you've had telecom companies make various representations, whether it's deferred payments for spectrum, reducing the spectrum usage charges, etc. But to bring sanity into the sector, there is also a paper that has been floated by the telecom regulator when it comes to promotional offers. I do understand, for example, on the 12th and followed up by the 15th, you're going to see a slew of telecom operators meet with this IMG from Bharti Airtel, Vodafone, Idea, Reliance Communications, Aircel, MTS. No one is being left out, including BSNL, incidentally. They will be meeting with this IMG that is being presided by the Cabinet Secretary. They will give their presentations. But the big headline, of course, being that whatever you might see as far as the spectrum usage charges go, deferred payments, we've been reading about all of that in the newspapers. Expect some policy action on promotional offers that should bring in sanity. In fact, Aisha, the Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has spoken to ET now exactly on this entire mess plaguing the telecom sector. He had said he's going to leave it to the Telecom Ministry and the regulator to initiate measures to rescue the sector, but he was very vociferous about it. This sunrise sector cannot be allowed to sink, that the government will not preside over the telecom sector's death.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/etnow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at etnowlive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/etnow.